Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Rinds Beers and Spirits video. And this is another homebrew video. Today I'm going to start off homebrewing Woodfordes Headcracker, Champion Barley Wine of Britain Real Ale Kit. Now this is a 2-can brew kit, so we don't need no sugar. But what you are going to need is 2 of these, because what you're going to do is you're going to get open the box, and that's what they come like, a bit dinted, but it doesn't really matter. And you're going to put the can into the jug. 2 jugs you'll need. So there we go, put the can in. You're going to get hot water, so make sure you've already done your kettle. I've already done my kettle, so that's not a problem. Pour the kettle into the jug, like so. Don't spill it on yourself. You're going to give that 5 minutes to warm up the malt inside. So there's one. So on this type of brew, this is the first thing you do. Cut down the amount of time you spend messing about making brews. Then you're going to pour the kettle. You're going to fill that kettle up with hot water because you're going to sterilise your fermentation bucket now. So there we go. Now I'm actually today going to use a beer barrel, so I've got to sterilise that. You can see my other videos on how to sterilise things. I don't need to go over that part every single time. This is basically the top. I've drilled a hole out and using it as a ready-made barrel with the airlock on the top. Like so ready for bottling up straight away, no messing about. But what I am going to need is a fermentation bucket first, so I can actually do everything in here to start off with, then pour it into the bucket, into the barrel, and then sprinkle the yeast on the top. Bit messing about, but it saves a bit of it at the other end. So I'm going to sterilise these 2 off camera and come back to you. So off screen I've sterilised both the barrel, which is this here, barrel with an airlock on the top. But to mix it up first, I'm going to do it in a fermentation bucket. It's a 24 pint kit this is. There we go. So, I've not got no sugar to it, so it's basically 13.6, but I'm going to brew it to 15, slightly over. So I'm going to do the mixing in here, and then I'm going to pour it from there into this barrel. I could drain it in with the pipes, but it's easy enough just to lift it up. Depending on who you are, you might want to do it the other way. This is my way of doing it. I mean, alternatively, you could just brew it straight into here and leave it in here. But for me today, I'm going to brew it, put it in here, and then can transfer it from there to this one. Right. So, as you can see, there we go. In the jugs, the tins now, they've been in there about 5 to 10 minutes, so they're ready now to be opened. So, get my tin opener. They will be hot, so pour the hot water away first. It's cooled down a bit. They feel a little bit gloopy now, so get a decent tin opener and open your tin. Now I've already boiled the kettle. I'll do it again. So 15 litres, you're only going to buy a maximum of probably 2 kettles, hot kettles worth, or 1.5. You know, you're just going to have to gauge it. So, luckily the tin's not too hot. That's what's in the tin. And it's quite runny at the moment because it's obviously been warmed up. So we're going to pour it into the bucket. If you can see the bucket from there, I hope you can. I need a proper assistant. That's it, pour it straight into the bucket. And there you go. Pour it into the last drop. If you can't get it all in, don't worry, because then you're going to do this anyway. That's it. And as you can see in there, there's still some in there. And what I'm going to do now is pour a bit of hot water in. And I'm going to stir it around. Remember to have a stirrer, but remember to wash it first. Or if you've got hot water, give it a quick sterilising. That's it. I've got hot water from the tap. So, and then while it's in the can, I'm going to stir it while it's in the can. And what that does, while it's in the can, stir it, you know, try not to burn yourself, because you want as much of that malt solution as possible. And while that's sitting there, I've got another can to do. So, same again, pour the hot water away while holding the can in place. Take the can out, under it. Do it about 3/4, leaving a quarter lip. So you can peel it back. Really sticky and strongly smelling, this stuff is as well, so try not to get it on your clothes. Pour it into the barrel again, into the bucket rather, get as much in as you can. And the first kettle, well maybe the first 2 kettles, because you're not going to be using more than 2 kettles on this, you're going to need to wash the cans out to get the rest of the solution. So again, pouring some into the can, and you're going to stir it round, because try and bring it up to the top of the can while it's still in the can. Try and get as much of that malty solution as possible. You basically want the can to be empty, because it's no use. There you go. Look, bring it up to the top of the can, swish it round up to the top of the can, try and get every last little bit that's on the edge of the can, so that can will be clean. Go in your recycling bin afterwards. Same with this one I did a minute ago. Swirl it round, bring it up to the top of the can, try and get all that solution, don't want to waste any of it. And then what you're going to want to do is, them cans are going to be hot, so get yourself some oven mitts or something, and then pour it into the top. Try not to spit it down, you know, it's not you're going to come across that with all tinned kits. again, pour it in. And now, fill the kettle up, well, pour the rest of it in. 2 kettles I think should be enough for a 15 litre solution, 15 litre kit, 24 pint kit. So, fill up the kettle, bang your kettle on. Put the kettle on and now with this, because it's a bit harder, because it's a thin top, I don't know if you can see the top, it's a thin top bucket. I was given this bucket for free, so I'm not going to complain. You're going to need some length of spoon to be able to stir that around. I'm just going to swish it, lift it and swish it, depends how strong you are. Well, this is Headcracker. It's a champion barley wine of Britain, 7% approximate. Like most of these, they go a lot stronger. Well, they can do. As you're filling it up, keep your hand on the side just to make sure you know how the heat of it. You can't afford to put the yeast in and burn the yeast. Luckily, I've got a 15 litre mark on my there, but I haven't got anything on here. So the only way to do that, if you're going to brew straight into a barrel, is to fill it up with water and mark it out, permanent marker pen, do it that way, so that you know. And also, obviously, you're brewing in the barrel, don't go too near the top. Because when it's a hot day like today, hot weather, or most kits will brew like a swine, so don't go any higher than that lip. Essential, not done it myself, paid the price, so. I'm now swishing this around to really move that malt around. I mean, if you had a super long spatula, you do it with that. But if you haven't, and you have got one of these small handled, small mouthed buckets, this is the way of doing it. Get a good swish around, try not to spill any out the top. Now I've done that, I know that it's ready for some more hot water. So, now I'm going to finish off filling it to 15, slap the lid on, and then I am actually going to get my son to hold the camera and show you how I'm going to put it into the top of the barrel without using the drainage shit, you know, using the pipes. So 13.6 litres is actually for a 24 kit. I'm going to 15, it's strong enough to go to 15. You can go lower, make it stronger, you know, but how strong do you want your beer? You want to be walking after a pint, you don't want to be crawling. So, there it is. 15 litres on the nose. So now we're going to put the lid on. Get it nice and secure. Absolutely, because obviously I'm going to pour this and I don't want it coming out as I'm pouring it. And then you want a funnel. Bigger the funnel you can get. This one's just about adequate. If you've got a bigger funnel, great. Make sure you sterilise it, hot water on it before you use it, and then you're laughing, you know. Rightio. I'm going to switch off and get my son to take over while I pour it into the barrel. Right, yeah, back in a minute. Is it on?
Just.
Press record.
It's on.
Hello, now I'm back. The sun's holding the camera. So if you look down towards the barrel, you see the barrel?
Yep.
Taking the lid off the barrel. Right. Obviously, funnel. Sit it on top of the barrel.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say it, by the way. Right, I'm going to give this another swish round. I'm going to give it another swish round when it's in the barrel. And when I transfer it to the shed, it's going to get a real good swish. Now, the awkward part, you can either do this, don't wave it down too much, babe. You can either do this with the pipes, or you do it this way. This way might spill some. So, all fun. Is it coming out? Oh, it's coming out. So, I'm going to have to go to plan B. I'm going to have to put it into, use the tubes, because I can't have it all over the floor. So, I'm just going to quickly sterilise my tubes. Oh. Best laid plans and that. So obviously it's not sealed, so that didn't work. So I'm going to have to do it this way. Pain in the backside it is. Just going to run some hot water through the pipes and actually attempt to sterilise them. Now that should be sterilised nicely. Right, so I'm going to put that in there like so, like normal, like you would when you drain them into a bottle, basically. And now I've got to let that all drain into there. It's going to take a few minutes. I can't even sit it in today. Put it towards me. Put it towards me. No, no, no. Aim the camera at me. That's it. The camera. There you go. So, live and learn. You're going to live and learn a lot with home brew kits. I lost a bit on the floor, you know. Probably a good thing I did over what I was supposed to. You know, there are ways of doing it. This takes out doing this at the end, going into the barrel. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Just turn that tap off, wasted a lot of electricity. Right. Already I'm down to about 12 litres. I'm just hoping that my tap is actually off. We'll find out in a minute, because it's going to start leaking out if it isn't. So this is, it's like a double thing this is. It's showing you how to drain from your fermentation bucket into your barrel, but also, you know, not only for fermenting in your barrel itself, but also for transferring, so that you can use your barrel to actually dispense into bottles a lot easier. We're down to 10 litres now, just about. I think when it gets so far down, I'm actually just going to pour it straight from the lid, and then it might work better. So we'll try that. So I'm going to take that out. I've actually blown the solution back in.
Oh God.
So that's one way of doing it. Now the other way. I shouldn't have done it with that lid on, so I'll do it without the lid this time, and hopefully none coming out the bottom, is there?
No.
Are we above the tap level on the
tap?
where you see the tap? Are we above that level now?
Yes.
That means it's not going to leak out. Because what it is, I've got a tap that it's span round, and I'm not sure whether it's closed or not.
Okay, Dad. Dad.
So 1 minute, babe. Just carry on with this one.
Okay.
So this is obviously a lot quicker way of doing it. It's a lot heavier way of doing it. So if you're not really strong, you're going to have to do it the other way with the pipe and drain it in. Me, luckily I'm a bit stronger, and it's not a full kit. If it was a 40 pint kit, you're going to want to do it the other way.
It's nearly over the circle. Just need a little bit more.
Are you holding the camera on the actual thing?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see now.
I'm holding it on the barrel. Nearly over the circle still. Dad, this recording's actually hurting my arm.
Yeah, pass me down. Now I'm going to switch off a minute because there's a little error that I've made. And if you look in there, you can still see some of the malt. So I'm going to get a bit of hot water, swish it around, and come back to you. Thanks. So, a little bit of a schoolboy error there. What I had to do is pour a bit of extra water into the fermentation bucket, like so. Get a good swill round and pour that back into the barrel below. So, you know, even the best of us make mistakes. And we will make mistakes, it's just part of the course. So I've got my yeast in my hand now, like so. Going to sprinkle it in. You can see it's all over the top. As I transfer, you can give it a swish round yourself, but as I transfer it to the thread, it's going to get a good swish anyway. And so now it's just a case of putting the airlock on, the barrel airlock. I made that myself, screwed it through at the right size to push it through, and there's a good solid airlock on there. You can use a bit of Vaseline man if you really wanted to make sure it wasn't, you know, you'd wash it out anyway, but use that, and you know, it makes for a good way of, you know, brewing it straight into a barrel. Obviously that transferring, I've got that a bit cocked up this time. If you're doing a small brew, definitely use that way of doing it, pouring it yourself. Anything above 15 litres, you're going to have to use the pipe and do it. If you're going to brew in a barrel, you can just brew it straight into the bucket. Right, here we go. So screw it on. Nice and tight. And there, if you can see it now, yeah. Now I'm just going to give it a swish. One-handed. And that then is now ready for brewing. And that's another way of brewing. Thanks for watching.